Well, hello, my little demons and divas and demonites. Bienvenidos. Welcome back to my channel. ¿Qué es la que hay, mi gente? Estamos activados, estamos encendidos. It is I, Isa, aka the Demon Diva, and the big dog. He's down here staring at me dramatically because he doesn't understand why I'm recording, but I thought that SummerSlam was fun and I wanted to do a review. I typically don't do reviews, but I'm considering doing them at least for the big shows because it's fun. And I there was a lot of things that I enjoyed about SummerSlam. Let's break it down. Let's break it down because man, that ending though. We got worked into a work that was a work but wasn't a work. We worked ourselves into a shoot and then into a work. I don't even understand how that works, but my God, the highs of the century has turned into the ruse of the century as Seth Rollins has cashed in his money in the bank, keeping his promise of never allowing CM Punk to become world champion. I want to be that level of petty and hateful at some point in my life. I love that. The dramatics of Seth, like, removing the dramatics of him removing the crutches and like turning around like and taking the knee brace off. And I don't know if you guys saw this, but Becky Lynch went online and she tweeted like, "Oh, were my posts misleading?" Because you guys know Becky tweeted a couple of videos of Seth like in the crutches, like all dramatic. So it's so that what a couple's goals right there. But that was a great ending. And you know what SummerSlam had that I really loved? A great opening and a great ending. So let's get into it. But before I do all of that, please, if you can hit the subscribe button, it's totally free and I'm trying to make it to 30,000 subscribers. I would greatly appreciate it if you can hit the subscribe button if you haven't done it yet. I am here to watch wrestling live. Like I watch Raw, I watch SmackDown, I watch NXT, I watch TNA, I watch it all. So if you need a fun group of people to watch wrestling with, you found the right channel. Come on over. Okay, so the show opened up with. Now keep in mind that I am live streaming as I'm watching the show, and I don't have a script. I don't have notes. All I have is Wikipedia pulled up so I can get the match orders and the times. But um, I'm just telling you what I remember, but I might have not caught on to everything because I'm talking, I'm entertaining the chat. So I always think it's interesting to see what do you remember, what stuck to you, and all that. But I gotta say, I don't wanna call it a negative, but it was like the buzz about Cardi B. It's really fucking cool that WWE got somebody to the status of Cardi B to do this, but it was awkward. It was like low key cringe, and I love Cardi. WAP is like my life anthem, so like while I really love that, I love the fit, I love the energy that she brought walking down the aisle. When she started talking, you could tell she was reading, and that's all that we got from her. I did love seeing her later on for the Jade match in the crowd watching because she has been quite supportive of Jade and quite a Naomi hater. And she loves Bianca, she loves Jade, so that was fun. That was fun that they got her, but it could have been an email. I have a bingo card that I play with the chat, and we actually put that could have been an email for that. But let's just move past that because the opening match, what a fun match it was. We have Roman Reigns teaming up with Jey Uso to take on the stupid Brons, Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, and this match was action-packed. I love how good everybody looked. I love that even though I felt like it was quite predictable that Team Roman was gonna get the win. I love that Roman was not the one who got the pin. It was Jey Uso because Roman took a spear to save Jey. And it's crazy because a lot of people out there will have you believe that Roman is still a heel. Roman is a gaslighter. Roman never apologized to Jey Uso. That's not the kind of person or character that I see Roman as. But I see him doing things like what he did tonight to prove his loyalty, to prove that he's all in. So I love that moment. They were going crazy. They were hitting some crazy spots. I was at some point concerned they were going to get hurt. They were overshooting, suicide dive. Like, they were going all in, proving a point that they probably should have closed the show. But they had a big ending plan. But I will tell you one thing. If the match, like if the pay-per-view ended with Punk winning, well, that's a feel-good moment. Match itself, I didn't really enjoy Gunther and Punk. I was bored at times. Where with this match, they never let off the gas. So if like I would have probably switched it out if I wasn't doing the cashing, but what do I know? I'm not Triple H with his surprises, right? But yeah, overall, I gotta tell you, I really enjoyed this match. I thought it was a lot of fun, and everybody just play their part. I thought the Brons looked quite intimidating. I thought a couple of times that they might actually walk away with the win. But I thought that seeing Jey and Roman, if you go through their history from when Roman showed up as the head of the table to where they're at now, the amount of things that they have been through and the growth, and to see them still be there for each other at the end of the match, Jey put the Ulafala on Roman. It was such a wholesome moment. 10 out of 10. I loved it. They gave this match quite some time too. This match went on first, and they ended up getting 21 minutes and 10 seconds to play with each other, and it was a lot of fun. They could have gone for another 5-10 minutes, and I would have not even minded. You know, sometimes some matches you're like, okay, this can end now. This was perfect, and when you look at the time, that's actually quite a long match, but you didn't feel that way. So I love that. Up next, we have for the Women's Tag Team Championships, Judgment Day against Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. And I have to give this match a lot of flowers because I thought this match was predictable. I feel like we all went into this match knowing that Charlotte and Alexa Bliss were going to become our tag team champions. And it didn't make me not enjoy the match any less. And it also, they did such a good job at playing their part. I thought that Roxanne and Raquel worked incredible as a tag team for a kind of like a makeshift thing that got put together after the Liv injury. I think they're doing great. They were matching. I love the gear. I love the vibes. I think Roxanne really feels like she just like squeezed her way into Judgment Day. And it's great. No Dominic Mysterio interference. None of that. They really just went out there and wrestled. Raquel is so good. I love that Raquel has gotten her groove back because I just remember Raquel being so good and dominant in NXT. And in the main roster, it feels like it took her a little bit longer to find her stride. A lot of injuries and her health conditions have really not helped. But like recently, she's been back and she's been putting on banger after banger after banger. And I love that for her. My favorite thing here was just the story between Charlotte and Alexa. At one point, Alexa accidentally hit Charlotte because somebody, I think it was Raquel, who ducked out of the way. So she hit her with a forearm. Charlotte Flair selling that forearm was everything. It made me laugh. And then after that, when Bliss is trying to, finish the match, we see a slight moment in which Charlotte is just staring. And you're thinking, oh, she's pissed because, Alexa hit her. That wasn't the case. Charlotte went and makes the save so Alexa can get the pin, and we have brand new women's tag team champions. My favorite part here is at the end, they did hug it out, and maybe they're friends now. I don't know. I would love that though. Up next, we have a match. I couldn't tell you anything. I can only tell you that Sami Zayn won, and there's a part of me that's super happy. Oh, we had Karrion Kross and Sami Zayn. There's a part of me that's super happy that Karrion got into a couple of PLEs. The story with Sami Zayn has gone on for so long, but I did not care. I didn't care the first time, and I don't think I cared this time. And the only saving grace for me here would have been if Karrion surprisingly won, but he didn't. And I don't understand the story of trying to tell Sami Zayn is such this good guy when we have seen him use all kinds of weapons in other street matches and do all kinds of crazy things. So it's like, oh, he's not gonna cheat here because he's a good guy for now. I don't understand, but Sami Zayn did walk away with the win. There's a lot of rumors online about Karrion Kross hasn't re-signed his contract. I personally think would he be getting all of this TV time if WWE was that certain that he was leaving? But then again, we have seen people like Ricochet being featured on TV until their last week, so you never know. But I personally think I don't think that he will be getting all of these crazy TV times and these PLE matches now if they're certain he's leaving. But I don't know any behind the scenes stuff. Up next in the card we had I'm so mad at this. I was actually very much looking forward to this match, and I honestly didn't know how it was going to go because I felt like either one of these women could have walked away with the win and I would have believed it. Talking about Tiffany Stratton against Jade Cargill. First of all, Jade Cargill looked amazing representing the Jamaica flag and colors. I am a big advocate for representation. I think it means everything, so I absolutely love that she got that moment. Tiffany, she never misses with her gear game. She came out looking like a giant winter wonderland with her little white poofy boots and the blue colors, which is quite different for her, but she looked amazing. Funny, Tiffany's still kind of matching Charlotte, huh? Charlotte was wearing blue, but it was completely different gears and just, you know me. But this match, it was 7 minutes long. Karrion Kross and Sami Zayn was short too, but that had reason to be short. That match was for nothing. It was booked very last minute. They had a story. And last year, Nia Jax and Gunther won King and Queen of the Ring, and they went on to win their title shots at SummerSlam, which is the big reason why I picked Jay to win this. When I was thinking about doing predictions. I did them on a live stream here on the channel. I thought, well, you know what? Last year, the Queen of the Ring did win her title shot. Maybe they do that this year. But they're all in on Tiffany, and I'm not mad because I love both of these women. It's just like, well, why put Jade in that situation? But I did think that Jade looked very good in this match. I enjoyed it. So, but I wish I would have gotten more time. I wish I would have let them cook. This had no business being as good as it was, and I'm talking about Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul against Jelly Roll and Randy Orton, and they actually went in the right direction with the result, having Logan Paul get the pin on Jelly Roll, because I thought that the baby faces were gonna win and it was gonna be a feel-good moment, but they didn't do that. Logan Paul, love him or hate him, man, he can go in the ring. He always does that crazy spot. He did it again. I thought Drew McIntyre was quite enjoyable here. Randy Orton always looks good. I love that neither Drew or Randy were involved in the pin because both of these guys need to be built up and elevated again. But Drew and Logan ended up being entertaining, and I gotta give Jelly Roll a special shout out. He was doing a couple of super impressive things, and he took that crazy move from Logan. I wasn't expecting that. He also did a great job at selling the beating to the point that you're like, is he really gonna get back in this match? That's what's going on. Shout out to his wife too, because she was in the crowd like, oh my god, like it was great selling, great storytelling, and for a match that when they first announced it, we were all like, why? It has been great. I have been so entertained with the build, and I was even more entertained with the match itself. Jelly Roll is limited. It's his first match out there, you know, like, but I gotta give him so much respect. I thought this was fun. Main event time. It was a 6-match card for night 1 of SummerSlam. We have a 6-match card tomorrow too, and I'm very curious because the booking of this main event was so crazy that it makes you wonder, well, what are they gonna do tomorrow? You know what I mean? I'm sorry, I have COVID right now. Well, I should be over it by this point, but still a lingering cough there. It was CM Punk against Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship, and I wasn't a fan of the match itself. Judging the match on its own, like, Gunther just looked a little bit in better condition than Punk. Like, he was slowing down. Like, a lot of times you're like, there's no way that Punk could beat this guy. But they did do a smart thing where Gunther just completely started like bragging, and CM Punk just knocked him off his feet on the table. And when Gunther popped back up and he was all bloody, that was crazy. And the way that Gunther was selling that blood, because Gunther don't bleed, Gunther make other people bleed. So to see Gunther in the ring freaking out, like going like this and looking like, oh my god, I love that storytelling part of the match, because it kind of humbled Gunther a little bit, like, bro, and it was like his mistake, and a lot of times these things happen to Gunther. It's on him. Maybe he gets too cocky, you know. We'll see if he learns from it. We'll see what's gonna happen, because he ended up losing. CM Punk hit 2 GTS on big ass Gunther. We didn't think he was gonna get him up. Well, he did. Well, he struggled, but he got him up, and CM Punk became a World Heavyweight Championship, and in very soap opera fashion, WWE let the moment sink in, to the point that I'm over here saying, well, you know what, good for Punk. Like, Punk has a crazy story. I cannot wait to see documentaries of his entire career when it's over. I mean, there's already documentaries out there, but at some point somebody's got to tell the full story, and it's going to be one of the most interesting things you ever watch. Like, his redemption tour has been incredible, and he did get to win the World Heavyweight Championship for 5 minutes, because Seth Rollins said, I will never let you be world champion, and he meant that. The dramatics of Seth coming out in the crutches, and we all think this injury is at work. We all like are 90% certain he's not injured, but still the pop when he let go of the crutches, the pop that moment got. I love wrestling. These are the kind of moments that I love wrestling. How in the hell the same person responsible for 2 of the best cashings ever? He takes off his jacket, he starts running to the ring, he grabs the referee, he beats the crap out of CM Punk with that briefcase. Says, I'm cashing in. 1 curse stomp, 1, 2, 3. The highs of the century will go in the main event of WrestleMania. And here we are 10 years later with the rules of the century. Seth Rollins cashes in on the main event of SummerSlam. The Brons come out to celebrate with him. Paul Heyman is hugging him. And people always say they always remember the finish. I don't care, the match before, it was a little bit boring, a little bit long. How long would Gunther and CM Punk rest? 30 minutes. Yeah, it felt like 30 minutes. Can't believe they cut Jade and Tiffany so they could give CM Punk time to run out of breath. Regardless, like, they're gonna remember the finish, and I'm gonna remember the opening match. I think it's just as important to set the tone, and overall, it was fun. I give this SummerSlam an 8 out of 10, but it was because I saw some Roman Reigns. I loved the drama at the ending. I thought that Jelly Roll match ended up being a lot more entertaining than it had any business being. I love the Charlotte and Alexa Bliss storytelling in the ring, even though I knew 100% that was my lockdown, that Charlotte and Bliss were winning. I didn't like that Jade and Tiffy did not get enough time. I'm not mad that Tiffy retained. I feel like we're going to go with Jade now. But I don't like that their match was so short. And I feel like Karrion Kross and Sami Zayn was just there. But overall, it was such a fun, entertaining night. I love how short the pay-per-view was, but we still fitting 6 matches in there. I had a lot of fun. What did you think of this SummerSlam? Did you enjoy it? Did you hate that ending? Did you love it? I'm seeing a lot of mixed reactions on social media, so I'd love to know what you think in the comments down below. I'll be back tomorrow night for some SummerSlam Night 2. Until next time, adios. Mwah.